All right, let's jump right in. We're going to unpack a story that's been bubbling up in India about a proposed law to give people their evenings back. But here's the thing. What starts as a simple debate on work-life balance takes this absolutely wild turn and ends up smack in the middle of the world of artificial intelligence. It's a fascinating and, yeah, at times a pretty hilarious chain of events. So it all kicked off with this one question, which is kind of urgent but also deeply philosophical. It started making the rounds in corporate circles. Does the road count as home? Now that sounds a little weird, right? But for thousands of employees, the answer to that question suddenly became very, very important. You see, a rumor started to spread, this story about a so-called Great Disconnection Bill. The gossip was that a new law would make it totally illegal for your boss to call you once you got home. And this, as you can imagine, led to some, let's call them creative interpretations. All of a sudden, that daily commute became this sacred, extendable buffer zone. People were taking the long way home, finding new coffee shops, and developing a deep, sudden love for traffic jams. And of course, the managers fought back. It turned into this hilarious cat and mouse game. They started developing brand new mission-critical skills, like trying to time their calls to the exact second before an employee pulled into their driveway. You can just picture the internal training sessions, right? Precision timing and ETA tracking 101. It was a full-on tactical battle fought over phone calls and Google Maps. But okay, jokes about scenic routes and frantic managers aside, there is a very real, very serious proposal at the heart of all this. So let's pivot from the myth to the reality. What actually is the Right to Disconnect Bill? Well, the official name is the Right to Disconnect Bill. It's what's known as a private member's bill, and it was introduced in Parliament by MP Supriya Sule. Its main goal is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. To give employees the legal right to just not respond to work calls, emails, or texts after their shift is over. And the bill goes surprisingly deep. It's not just about ignoring your boss. It suggests that you can refuse that after-hours contact without any fear of getting punished for it. And get this, if you do decide to work, the company has to pay you overtime. It also forces companies to create crystal clear rules for what counts as a real emergency, and even suggests things like counseling and digital detox centers to help people get their personal time back. So you might be asking, why is a law like this even on the table? This quote from the bill's reasoning really gets to the core of it. It's trying to solve this very modern problem called telepressure. You know that feeling, right? That constant nagging anxiety that you have to be available 24/7? That always-on culture has basically erased the line between work and home, and it's leading to massive burnout. Now, before we get to the big twist, we need to be clear about where things are at. Here's what's certain. This bill is real. It's been introduced. It's in the system. But here's what's uncertain. Its future. Because it's a private member's bill, it faces a really tough uphill battle. Historically, very few of them ever become law. But honestly, the conversation it started, that's what really matters here.
And that conversation leads us to a place I guarantee you did not see coming. While all the humans were busy debating the geographical definition of home, another player quietly slipped onto the field. Yep, AI has entered the chat.
So this begs a really fascinating strategic question. If you build a world where your human employees are legally unreachable for, say, a third of the day, what happens to all the work that still needs to get done? What's the massive unintended side effect of giving people the right to just log off? And the answer, well, it reveals the secret strategic heart of this whole thing. It's this. The more we disconnect our people, the more we are forced to connect our systems. Our systems have to get smarter, more intelligent, and way more autonomous than ever before. The logic just flows in a straight line from there. Step 1, humans are offline after 6 p.m. Step 2, but the business still needs to run 24/7. Step 3, this creates the perfect job opening for an AI agent to handle things overnight. Customer service, system checks, you name it. And then step 4, the human employee walks in the next morning to find a perfect, concise summary of the night's events, all prepared by their AI partner while they were sleeping. A shift like this would basically pour rocket fuel on the demand for specific kinds of AI. We're talking about a huge surge in AI co-pilots to help during the day, AI productivity agents to take the night shift, and a massive push for AI-driven automation to fill the gap left by humans who are rightfully out enjoying their lives. So where does this all leave us? it kind of feels like we might be stumbling, almost by accident, into a completely new kind of balance, a new equilibrium between what people need, what companies want, and what AI can do. I mean, think about it. It's one of those super rare situations where everybody's goals might actually align. People obviously want work-life balance. Companies want that 24/7 continuity so they never miss a beat. And AI systems, well, they're built for tasks and data. They just want more work. It's wild. But for the first time, all three might be pulling in the same direction. And I think this quote just captures the hope in this future so perfectly. The very same technology that makes some people nervous could be the key to solving a problem that has been burning out the modern workforce for decades. The goal isn't to replace humans, but maybe, just maybe, to finally let them rest. So look, whether this particular bill in India becomes a law or not, it has revealed this incredibly powerful underlying dynamic. And it leaves us with one last massive question to think about. As we, all of us, rightfully demand this space to disconnect, is AI about to become the essential buffer that finally makes true work-life balance not just a nice idea, but a reality?